Welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, sitting to my side. And we are continuing our talk on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. We covered 2 more episodes. And, so we got episode 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Yep, 10 and 11. So, Madman's going to give us the matches, and we'll talk about it.
All right. First match is Barry Horowitz and Dixie Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Huh?
It's Dynamite. When everybody else says it, says his name, they say Dynamite. But when he says it, he says Dixie Dynamite.
So he stole it from Good Times.
I guess so.
Okay.
Probably not the first thing that old BG James stole. So.
And that wasn't BG. That's Brad.
Are you sure?
That is Brad.
I'm pretty sure
No, because the nose gave it away and that long ass hair.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
BG.
bet you. How much you gonna bet?
I ain't betting because I ain't 100% sure.
Yeah.
But I know at least some he was under the mask.
I promise you, that's Brad. The hair and because
we're gonna Google it and see because I think I'm right.
Hold on.
Google it.
God damn it.
We got
to. My phone's a piece of junk. So
we got to get to the old Googler because I think I'm right. I'm not 100%, but I think.
Who is Dixie Dynamite?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Am I right or am I wrong?
It doesn't say wrestler. Mine went to wrestler Dixie Dynamite.
Yeah. No telling what you'll find with just Dixie Dynamite.
Who is wrestler Dixie Dynamite?
Scott Armstrong.
Scott. Hell, we both wrong.
I found on Wikipedia.
Damn. Okay, it was. I knew it wasn't Brian.
At one point, I know he was under the mask, but it may have been later on.
I think all 3 of them.
They probably did. So yeah, we're both wrong.
Okay, I'm glad. If it had been a bet, that'd have been an even screw up. But
yeah. So what do you think? This match was okay.
Yeah, really good. I thought it was really good. The finish super kick was kind of weird considering he worked his leg, but besides that, I enjoyed the hell out of the match.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent.
And then it was a Bullet talking about drug abuse.
I love this. It was great.
Which was, I think it was kind of from the heart with him because he looked like the guy that never took nothing, you know what I mean? Well, no, if you look at Bullet, he never was that big, just straight swole up guy. He looked like he probably was in the damn fields throwing.
Well, I mean, he was like a military guy, so.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And he.
But I think it was more a dig at WWE, right? Or WWE.
Well, no, I think this was like really when the whole say no to drugs thing was going on, and they were trying to get behind it. And,
yeah, but
because they were even like,
he mentioned like
problems
at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, we're not like the other companies.
Oh no, that's what I was even going to say because he says he was comparing it from look to skill.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be the best powerhouse person there is, and you can't work a lick.
You can't cut.
They got one in AEW right now. It's a chick, and she can't work a lick.
Who was that?
And she's got the belt.
Jade.
She is horrible.
I honestly haven't
bro, go watch her. There's some highlights of her. Ooh, it's awful.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, you literally rather not.
All right, so Bullet giving his best. Say no to drugs, kids.
It was actually really good.
Yeah, it was good.
It really was.
I enjoyed it.
TJ Travis versus White Lightning and Tim Horner.
TJ Travis could almost be Dirty White Boy's kid or something. Like, he looks like crap.
He almost went to the grave on that messed up head scissors he took.
Yep.
But I love that Tim Horner has the O'Connor roll as a finish. It's called the Natural Bridge.
Yeah, the Natural Bridge. I like the move. I really do.
I know, it's pretty move. But then we got to another one of his promos, and I was like, this guy was doing really good. And then he got to this promo.
Man, he did. He does a promo later. It may have been this one or the next episode.
It's Tim Horner, Robert Gibson, and Brian Lee. He staggered all through this thing. He was lost. Even Robert, he like tried to get Robert in, and Robert's like 3 words, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Robert is not the promo guy. Yeah,
but even he was like, this guy screwed this up. Let's get the hell off of air.
He never talks, though.
Talking about the Volunteer Slam, and that's like the worst name for a wrestling show ever.
Not
almost.
If it's in
almost as bad as wrestling and parking lot. That one great time we had before, but you know.
I like Volunteer Slam. I don't hate it at all.
God, I can't stand it.
I think it fits where it's at.
Maybe the 90s.
Because I mean, it's the Tennessee Volunteers. Like Slam, you're getting, you know, kind of tell you what it is. I like the name.
No.
I would call it volunteer slam jam.
That's better than volunteer. I'm sorry.
It's the volunteer slam.
It needs some help.
I'll see you at
It needs
the
a little
volunteer
more.
slam.
Yeah. But next was a Cornette in the hotel. Going to show you his new tag team. And this I don't know where they got this news guy from, but I have to give him credit. He goes along with it, and he really adds.
He
to
does. I mean, he lends of some credibility to it to make it seem legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I dig it.
He's like, Cornette, where the hell do you got me at now? And he's like, this is the key to paradise right here. My guys are in here working out right now, and there's a key to a hotel room. And they open it up, and the next thing you know, women's underwear are getting thrown at them. And one of them's hanging on her shoulder, and girl goes, I need that. And then I close the door on him and goes, I guess we'll have it again next time.
they were working out.
I'm like, it is an exercise, but still. I'm like, what the hell?
I really like these. Like you can tell there's a little thought put into them.
But for a guy that doesn't do comedy,
and again, I don't see this as comedy. I'm not.
I mean, is there a parking lot?
Is there some ha ha to it? Sure, it is
a
ha ha,
lot.
but it was more trying to get the guys over as like big things, big stars.
We don't want to bring them in. We're not paying them, and they're not working. That was more or less it. And let's get some.
They were all probably shot
comedy.
the same day.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Mick Foley lost his memory.
Yeah,
it was that kind of stuff. That stuff's hilarious. But next is Killer Kyle's promo.
I tell you what, Killer Kyle is a better talker than a lot of people gave him credit
when he
for.
says nothing.
I mean, silence is golden.
Kyle sitting there asking multiple questions, and he didn't answer a single damn one of them.
Speaks volumes.
So, well, better than Tim Horner cutting the promo didn't make a lick of sense.
I threw that out there for him, and he waited a while, but he finally got it.
No, I got it. But it's just like, I actually wonder what the guy sounds like.
He sounded like this.
No, did you ever see Suburban Commando? And they had the Undertaker, and when he finally spoke, it was that squeaky voice. I was like, oh, that don't work. So, but he fights Keith Hart in a match.
It wasn't bad, but he squashed him.
No, it's squash. He didn't get shit. Like
it wasn't a Hector Guerrero match.
No, he sold everything. Hell, he even did a drop kick and he swatted him like a fly.
It made sense though, like building the big guy, like.
And he went for I guess a double axe handle off the top, caught him in a bear hug and turned it into spine push.
That was good. It was very good.
This next thing. What was it? No, it ain't the next thing. It's the next thing after. But it's Paul Orndorff does another promo on the pile driver.
And is this what? Yeah, he's throwing a fit right here.
Oh yeah, he is on the verge of turning heel at this point. And the next show we get it full-fledged. Screw you, here I am. So I told you it was like he's walking the line and like when is he gonna cross? And this is like he's almost over. And he's just like, it doesn't make sense. I'm tired of it. You know, everybody else can do their own stuff. They're all risking necks. But you want to, oh man, he just, he went off.
He did go off. Like he's about had his feel for sure.
And you found out. Next was Paul Miller versus Dirty White Boy with Ron Wright. And he beats him with like a side choke slam. Did you hear what it was called? The Buck Snort Blaster.
I did hear what it was called. Okay.
Yeah, when I heard that, I'm like...
Because he's from Buck Snort, Tennessee. So it makes perfect sense. What else would you call it being from Buck Snort?
That was called a choke slam.
No, it's a Buck Snort Blaster.
He slammed hell out. I guess they're like, we can't have you knocking people out with that reverse lariat no more. So do this move. And it looks good. It looked really good because he knocked the hell out of Paul Miller. Paul's that one I kept saying he had a really good punch. Like, his punches look great now. Rest
and Paul, he's the one that kind of looks like Dirty White Boy, right? With the
kinda, yeah. So, but a good match, short, but he beat him. But then Ron White and him have a promo.
I love Ron White. He's so good. Oh, he's so good.
And he's upset over nobody sending him no money for his operation. And then,
and I think him and Dirty White Boy really go together very well. Like I think this was a really good pairing. I mean, they could have put him with a lot of people, You know what I mean?
They
Like
play off each other. It's like they're
but
from the same area.
they work real good together. I agree. I like that a lot.
And but he's like, oh, Mr. White, you know, even if they won't send you the money, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna earn you the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, I can beat anybody back here. And there's everybody keeps talking about this damn Brian Lee. I'll whoop him too. And next thing you know, here comes Brian
I like
Lee.
it. He said, "Cause it's a prime time."
Yes, he did. But yeah, out come Brian Lee, and they had a little confrontation back and forth.
I love this because I got what Brian Lee was saying, but at the same time, he almost made himself sound stupid because he was like, "You out there claiming no man can beat you? Well, I know a man can beat me, but he ain't you." Like I'm like, "Well, gee whiz, man! Like, way to have confidence in yourself."
Yeah, he isn't exactly the promo king.
I mean, he's green, man. Like
he's not Tim Horner bad, but he's around the corner from him.
I don't know, man. At least Tim's got a little charisma.
Yeah, no.
He tries.
He
I don't
said
know if
words
Brian
they
Lee
just
tries.
got backwards on him. Hell, Tim be staggering through him. And it's like sometimes he has the really good promos, and sometimes they're just awful.
Brian's is so rushed. I mean, he's like, blah, 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 Saturday night. And I'm like, golly, man, catch a break. Like, you tell he's super nervous.
No, he's scared. You want to get it over and done with.
Yep.
And then we've been building the whole damn show to Mantell versus Brian Lee.
And
it
what a
cuts
match
off.
it was.
It cuts off.
It does cut off. And
On
I went to
YouTube.
look for it, and you
It's
can't
not
find
on
it.
there.
But we do get to see it.
Well,
on the second episode, next
little bitty
episode.
piece.
Well, pretty much the whole thing.
You think?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the whole match.
But what it shows from a highlight reel that you get to see next show, I mean, I might as well talk about it here, so it doesn't matter. But is when he's going to get in the ring, Brian Lee, to get in with Dutch, behind him comes Dirty White Boy and whacks him with a chair.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure that's the match.
So
Because Dutch is in the ring and he's like, come on. Like, you can tell, like, he knows something's up.
But like I said, I don't understand what the finish was because it was just supposed to be if I wrestle you,
Now, I don't know what the
I get your
stipulation
spot. But I
was.
guess technically if the match didn't start,
Right.
you didn't lose your spot.
Right. And I think that's what it is.
Okay, maybe that's it. Because like I say, I don't know because the match ain't there. And like whoever did this show, this particular show, it had been edited. If you watched, you could see little bitty clips edited.
All right, so, you know, when like you see the crowd or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So Cornette said that if you see a crowd shot in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, that's because there was something happening in the ring that he didn't think looked good enough.
Well, it's that, but if you watch it, you can tell little gaps in the match too in this particular show. And I don't think this was them in the show doing it. I think it was whoever owns this channel did it.
I got you.
I'm not sure, but it just kind of seems like it doesn't seem like a regular edit. But no, I know what you're talking about. I've seen boy, they show this one guy all the damn time or this old lady. Yeah. But yeah, that's how it ended. So it kind of sucked, but I mean, it is what it is.
Right. I mean, I wish it would have been on there because it would have added to it.
Oh no, because I've been waiting on this damn
Because
match.
I
I'm
looked
just
for
curious.
it, couldn't find it. And
I did too. I hunted, and it just ain't out there. I should have hunted for the results of that show. Maybe that would have helped.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to episode 11. You get Ben Jordan versus Hollywood Bob Holly again. And in this match, he went back to the star drop, knee drop.
Yep.
And this time, bro, it like he killed homeboy's ribs.
And it was cool because he was fresh off of like being at the Oscars or whatever with Julia Roberts.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's nice of him to come back
I
to Tennessee.
arrived here on a unicorn and a Pegasus.
It's pretty cool that he left Hollywood to come out to Tennessee to.
Yeah, because they got a close-in shot at one time in Dutchman Town. Like, man, y'all, come on. These people do own TVs. I ain't saying they had cable back then a lot, but
Yeah, but you gotta
still.
understand, man. It was a different world in '91, man.
Awful. The Koloffs show up after that, do a short promo saying they paid their fine, so they'll be in the damn
fine,
tournament.
yep.
So to hell with y'all, and we're gonna be in the tournament. Let's see. This is a Bullet Volunteer Slam.
Yeah, this is where Bullet comes out and does a little promo
Yeah,
and says that they're gonna have
both Japanese
Yeah.
promotions going to be working with them, so they're going to make both belts.
both tournaments are going to end
at that night.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was trying to get the words right. And says the pile drivers ban because he said so.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
He's like, I don't have to tell Paul Orndorff nothing, but here's why.
yeah, because I said so. It's a dangerous move, and boy, did we find out how dangerous it is.
And I think he even hints. Is it this episode where he tells about the kid he saw when he first started out or whatever? Or is that the next episode? I watched one more episode.
Oh, if you did, it wasn't that one. It's probably the next one because of what happens in this one. God, and again, it was Tim Horner, the Fantastics, and Brian Lee.
I think this
promo.
was a good promo for Tim Horner because he had he throwed his little Muhammad Ali kind of rap in there at the end, and it was pretty decent.
That was like he memorized all.
It doesn't matter. It's still
I'm
decent.
just saying, but he did way better. But it was him, the Fantastics, and Brian Lee.
Right.
But these were more or less like there's a good guy version of this,
And then
it's more or less we're coming to your town, and it was like Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean it's just hyping. You know, back then TV was to get you to come to the live event. Now live
But if
events.
you're taking notes and you're trying to write down what all three people say, good
It's
luck,
hard, yeah.
bro.
Well, all you needed to remember was wrestling.
Yeah.
Friday night at the high
I'm
school.
talking about me.
you know.
Damn them. That's done. But I'm just saying.
That's all that needed to be remembered, you know.
But I mean, trying to when it comes to they all do it in one area,
Yeah.
man, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And I can even imagine being Lance and you're trying to interview him, and you're like,
Bob
that's a
Cottle.
damn way. I'm sorry, Bob Cottle. Yeah, I don't know why I got
Get
to
a
think of
man his
Lance,
credit.
but you know who I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about when I say Lance. But yeah, Bob Cottle. I mean, and Bob's a great interviewer. He really is. Because
like I
he
said, I
kind of
think
says
he's
his little
underrated,
part and
man.
then he stands back. So.
But if you get lost, he'll kind of wrap you up.
Yeah,
like,
no, oh God, he's helped him so many times. I like it. Bodybuilder, yeah, that was one of the best saves he did so far. But yeah, but next was the Koloffs versus Danny Davis and Joey Maggs. And who'd you think was going to win this match?
Not who won.
No, not in a million years. But I watched the finish like 3 times and I couldn't really understand what the hell happened. But it was like the Fantastics come out and something happens in the far corner.
So essentially,
I couldn't
he's
tell.
going to run and smash a guy, and he pulls the guy out of the way.
Is that what it
That's
was?
all it
Okay,
was.
because I was like, did he hit him? Did
No,
something happen?
But he kind of hit the turnbuckle, which rolled him into the finish.
I
or
guess so.
whatever.
Okay. Because it was like he took a flat back bump and he's just laying there, and I'm like,
And I wonder if they got fined for interfering in the match.
I don't know. They don't talk
mean,
about that.
I
That'll be
know.
next show, maybe.
But they'll come out and tell you, oh, the bad
Yeah.
guy got fined. I'm finding the bad guy, but they never find the good guys.
No, they did in that one show. They found every damn body
Oh, did
because
they?
it was that long fight. Remember
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened after the show? Because
Yeah.
I found every damn one of them.
They did. I remember that.
No, you gotta give Bob his credit. Now he found everybody. But as far as the match went, it was really decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I
You can see that Vladimir is definitely young in the business. He messes up once or twice, and some of his strikes isn't as powerful as they probably should be.
But with who he was in there with, like Danny Davis and Joey Maggs, like they led him. They
Yeah.
really did. And
Yeah.
you can tell who the green guy is in the match.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably why they went forward.
Mm-hmm.
And to push the
Well,
match
it
with
just
the
wasn't-
Fanatics and
Well, the thing is, like, they're not going to
Not
be
for
the
now.
main heels. You know what I mean? In the tournament. So
not at this point.
I think that's why they got out. And plus, you know, you need some baby faces in there other than the Fantastics or
Yes.
whatever. So
But it's also to push that feud because they've yet to touch each other.
Yeah.
Because the 6-man match didn't happen.
right.
So, you know, they're talking about milk a feud. They're milking the hell out of this.
Yeah, that's
sucker.
what you did back then.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
It
but I
wasn't
mean-
like, hey, we wrestled twice, feud's over.
But you want to see the match now at this point because they've got involved with some. I mean,
A lot
God,
of it, yeah.
this has been going on since the start of the show, and we're 11 episodes in.
Right.
So that's how you did it. But I wasn't disappointed who won. I think it's going to be interesting depending
Yeah.
on who they work.
I like the pairing myself.
So, well, actually, it's going to be them and who you find out Cornette's team is.
Yeah.
So it should be a good match. Well, that's what I was talking about. They recapped Brian Lee with a White Boys, and they did a promo about
Yeah, he
Brian
said,
Lee.
oh, it got violent, and then nothing happens. Poor Bob Cottle. He tries.
But they fined Ron White, and he talks about after he
I
had to
love
pay
this.
that damn fine, he has to take generic heart medicine.
I tell
it
you,
just don't work
it
as
don't
well
work
as
too well,
others.
but I'm trying to get by. Poor man, you know what? Everybody picking on Ron Wright. I mean, God.
I was expecting him to win like a really good sum, and he'd come out in like an automatic wheelchair. I would.
One of those,
I'd have
I
worked
see the
hell-
Grand Canyon in my
Yeah,
hover.
yeah. I would. I'd have advertised the hell out of some hover rounds back in '90s.
Remember that was all the commercials. Now I can see the Grand Canyon.
And then next was the Hector, Dixie, and Dixie Dynamite and Paul Orndorff.
And this is where Paul loses his stuff.
Because Hector and Dixie are both talking about, oh, it's going to be great to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we can't wait to be wrestling in front of. And then Hector cut his version of the same thing.
It was the whole, like, because they weren't seated in the tournament, they were wild cards.
Yeah, they're wild cards.
And they're like, well, I'm just proud to be considered. And
yeah.
And Paul's like, proud to be considered. Like, I done earned my spot. I ain't got to
Hulk
earn it
Hogan
here.
and
I should have been,
everybody
the guy, top guy. Like, putting me down here. Like, he's like, I outweigh both of these guys together.
He said he'd take them on both at the same time.
Yeah, and I kept waiting for that, but it didn't happen.
No, they went with Hector, which I kind of understood.
I did too, but it would have been good if both of them would have done it.
Yeah.
I think it would have proved the point. Of course, it would have squashed both of them, but
But I'd give Hector credit in this, and I even made a damn note to make sure I said something. When they went out and finally had the match, it comes out to be Hector versus Mr. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And Hector's gear looked good for a change.
He's
was
improved.
so damn excited.
I think Cornette must have gave him a payday, and he was able to go.
I swear, bro, he went and got some good tights.
It's
everything matched all the way down.
Say it's not phenomenal, but
comparing
to what it was,
and he covered his legs up. That helped a lot.
It does.
It really did, because he got some string bean legs, man. That don't help. He did every day but leg day.
And I really dig the look, like with the, the poncho thing and the hat and the boots. I'm like, him and Dutch could have been a cool tag team if he would have been like a bad guy. Like that, the guy that's always in the gunfighter movies, he's just sitting in the back, he's drinking or whatever, and he's just like, yeah, let's just kill him,
Yep.
Like, he could have been that guy. Like, him and Dutch could have worked well together as a team.
But the actual match is really, really good. And Mr. Wonderful beats him.
Roll, a little handful of tights.
Yeah, he went for a crossbody and rolls him over and grabs a handful of tights. It wasn't the greatest camera angle because I had to watch it again because I'm like, are they BSing or not? And I watched it. Oh, okay, he did get a little bit, and it wasn't that much.
Right.
But, I mean, cheating's cheating. But next thing you know, he stands up. Hector's like, he pulled my damn tights, and he's kind of doing the cowardly crap in the corner. And here comes Hector and shoves him, and he kicked him in low and
pile
drived him. And then out come another one, pile driver him. Out come another one, pile driver him.
And another one.
And another one, pile driver. 4 of them total. And then he's like, I'm going to prove my point, and throws a chair in the ring, and pile drives Hector on top of the damn chair.
And this was cool because it wasn't pile driver, and then 3 minutes later they're doing moonsaults off the top rope. It was like, I'm dead.
This is injury angle because the next match, the whole match they're talking about Hector can't feel
his arm and
left
stuff.
arm or something. And even Dutch goes out of his way to say, that's a pinched nerve.
Yeah.
That could be compression of the spinal column. You use it on top. Dutch don't talk about that kind of stuff, but he's like, that's serious. That's an injury. You don't go into wrestling to hurt somebody like that.
Yeah.
So
I want to win the match. I ain't trying to.
No, that's what even Dutch was like. I'm a bad guy. I'll whip you with a damn whip, but I ain't gonna do that. But that was kind of cool that he went out of his way to kind of.
Right.
Like, he didn't go face, but he stayed heel and just gave his opinion as a wrestler. You don't try to hurt somebody, you try to beat them. There's a difference. So that was really cool, but it sure proved a point, and I want to see where the hell this is going to go. Was their last name Batten?
Yep.
Okay.
The Batten twins.
The Batten
Bart
twins.
and Billy?
Brad.
Bart and Brad.
Versus
they were
Heavenly
not
Bodies.
bad.
No.
I have not seen them, but they were decent.
Identical twins too.
Homeboy was doing like drop salts.
Yes.
Like before, I'd never seen nobody do drop salts until like X Division. So, like, holy moly,
X Division and Smokey.
Yeah.
But out comes the Heavenly Bodies. You finally found out who they are.
The Doctor of Desire.
But you had it wrong. Who it was? It wound up being Sweet Stan Lane.
Yeah.
We thought it was somebody else.
Thought it was going to be Jimmy Del Rey.
That's right.
Who I'm assuming he takes his place at some point.
I couldn't remember. I was just straight up said.
I just remember the only time I had ever saw the Heavenly Bodies was in like WWL for like a minute, and it was Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard.
I was young when that was really going on, so I couldn't. I just remember Dr. Tom was in it, and we've met Dr. Tom, so we talked to him.
And I knew he was in it, but I wasn't sure. Well, let me rephrase that. There was a picture going around with him and Tom Pritchard and Cornette, and so.
So was Jimmy Del Rey in WWE?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I knew that, but I was like, well, maybe it was like, a one match collab picture or something, the Heavenly Express or something.
I figured it was just in Smokey, he could get him and probably.
Well, what happened was the original plan was for it to be Midnight Express. So when they all quit, WCW ended up re-signing Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby said he couldn't go because he had a family.
Family, right. So then it got Plan B. And someone said the Plan B may have been the, what was the team, Steve Kern, the Fabulous Ones? Because it was Steve Kern and Stan Lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that time they were in Memphis and Cornette had went there a few times and managed them, but said it must not have worked out, or I think Kern got signed to WWF or something. So that's when Tom Pritchard came into the mix and a whole new team was created.
But as far as the match was, man, great freaking tag team match.
Yes. And like that, their finish, the backdrop gut wrench suplex was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. If I had seen it, I didn't remember seeing it. Put it that way. But I was like, wow, man, somebody needs to use that now.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty move.
Yep.
But you better have your timing right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's definitely one of those things.
It's a back body drop, and the person doing the suplex just has to go with it because he's already falling.
No,
you just got to go through the motion.
There's definitely some timing.
I mean, you ain't suplexing nobody. You just falling with him.
You're more or less holding the head.
Yeah.
You still got to do the timing and make it look
right.
But
it was a cool move for sure. See, they were working out. They probably tried that in the hotel room when they were training on the beds.
True. But next this was kind of weird because they did a promo here and then they go back to the Heavenly Bodies.
Right.
But it was Ron White, Dutch Mantell, and Jimmy Golden. And this was more or less, we're the bad guys coming to...
Yeah, and it's just, we're coming to the town near you kind of thing.
But, you was talking about somebody they could have put with Dutch, and this is the only one I finally put together. I was like, this would have been cool because they fit. But Dutch and Jimmy Golden would have been perfect together.
Well, they were in WCW.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, but I mean here.
But here, Jimmy needed that makeover because... Look at me! I wear my windbreaker to the ring. Doesn't fit Dutch.
But the voice,
but everything
else would. I mean, to me, because sometimes there is like even in the cowboy movies, there was a pretty cowboy and there was an ugly son guy. And that would definitely could have been the scenario. there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I saw that. I was like, man, I said, hell, Ron is their manager. Would be freaking awesome. Like, because they all played off it. It was a good promo. It wasn't nothing spectacular. No, it was basically,
we're mean and ugly and we hate you.
We're going to come spit on you. Yeah, stuff like that. But, those are kind of hard to do. But I did like the promo. Very short. Heavenly Bodies come in, and this promo wasn't so well because they just yelled a lot.
Right.
And I did.
They were excited.
Yeah, I just wish it would have been better because, again, you're going off the air on that.
I love this. For one reason, it's something I read in the comments.
Oh, what did I say?
Somebody in the comments says, Tom Pritchard cuts a promo like Roddy Piper. And I was like, you know what? They're not wrong.
Like
it was very, like once he said it, I was like, holy crap, it is that. So
I made a note of that. That's what I was trying to look up. But yeah, because they talk about bad weather and ugly women, and they're here for the belts.
So overall, strong. Again, enjoying it.
So we're close to the big show.
Yeah, I mean we should be at least 2 weeks away.
I think.
Because basically that was the last first round match. So you should get your 2 semifinals and then the final match. So we're probably 2 to 3 shows away from the big, the Volunteer Slam.
2 tag matches left, and then you got the whole tournament to go. So I can see how that goes. You'll only have one tag match at the show if I got it picked right.
I mean, well, one that matters anyway.
Yeah, but it'll be the final.
Yeah.
And I have no idea. I haven't gone forward. I don't want to cheat myself out of it.
Well, I've started watching the next episode, but I only got like 15 minutes in, so I haven't seen a lot. But overall, I'm digging it. I mean, I really am.
There's promoters that need to go and watch this and literally do what I'm doing, take notes.
Yep.
I'm not joking. I mean, it's everything. Like, would it work now? No, but you could flip it to your own thing.
I think similar would. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. But
I don't think the name versus the job guide would work on the indies that much because you're not building anything. But I do like the idea of like, hey, we're going to build these guys. These guys are going to be in a 8-month storyline, like, and there's a lot of talking, and I love the idea of coming next week. We're going to be here, blah blah blah. Like put those promos in. And not just talk about this show, talk about every show,
And that's
So-
what they do. I want to see something like per show. How many matches do you get?
I think you're getting like 6.
1, 2. Wait, no. 1,
Yeah, because some of it's promos.
2,
I think you're getting like 3 to 6 matches. Just depends.
3, 4.
Because you always get like a
5
couple
matches.
squashes. Yeah, you
5
get a couple
matches in an hour?
squashes. And you get like
but
2
they're
tag
good
matches. Yeah.
They're not squash matches.
Well, they are. I mean, no, Ben Jordan's
They're
not
getting
going to win.
moves. They're
Yeah.
now WWE and AEW when they do
It's not-
squash matches.
yeah, it's not the
they
same
got a
type.
women's, one of the women are doing. They're trying to build her. I can't remember who the hell it is right now. She's beating people in like 3 minutes. They're not doing that on here. You're getting a good 5 to 8 minute match.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like
It's a different kind of squash.
these are wrestlers that know how to wrestle and they can carry the match. And you
Right.
can actually kind of think maybe these guys might win because, like we said, the one guy did win the first time.
and it's
around.
not local jobber number 7,
No, these
which
are
they
named
are.
guys.
But you know, these guys are. Their job is to make these guys look good, not the other way around. Where our job is to beat you up and you lose.
Like Barry Horowitz and Dixie Dynamite. I really thought Dixie might lose
I
first
did
damn
too.
match because
I
it was
really
getting that
did.
way. It was a good match. So they have me convinced at points that people are not going to lose.
Well,
what I
again, because
thought.
Barry really hadn't been portrayed as a jobber,
Mm-hmm.
so
He's had pretty much one-on,
Yeah.
50-50 matches. And this was really a 50-50 match with him.
right on.
So there's a lot of wrestlers. I'd say that too. Go watch Barry Horowitz, man. You talk about a
Yeah.
guy that knows how to work.
He's not
Damn,
bad.
Barry, man.
That's right. But yeah, so this has been our take on our review on the episode 10 and 11
10 and 11
of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So until next time.
Watch wrestling.